Hi everyone, I am Sheila Abraham, a professor of biology in the College of Natural and Health Sciences. I also serve as the assessment coordinator for the college. We recently went through an academic program review of the biology and math programs, which involved an in-depth self-study of 5 areas of our programs, one of them being program learning outcomes, which I will refer to as PLOs. I have been asked to share our findings from our 2-year-long attempt at auditing and reviewing the biology program's PLOs and assessing its strengths and weaknesses. I will also address our initial efforts at developing, revising, and assessing our new PLOs. I have to admit that for several years, we as a department did not fully understand the importance of PLOs in assessment and did not realize how powerful a tool it is in helping us gauge the success of our programs. For many years, faculty saw it as a task that had to be completed at the end of the year and turned in to the Office of Institutional Effectiveness. It is only in the past 5 to 6 years that we began being intentional about realizing the purpose of PLOs and its role in helping us assess and improve our programs. Today, I will provide an overview of what PLOs are and share with you our journey developing, assessing, and revising the biology program learning outcomes, including some of the lessons we learned along the way. So what are program learning outcomes? According to California Polytechnic State University, effective learning outcomes highlight expected student behavior as well as the specific conditions and standards of performance by which students will be measured. According to University of California, student learning outcomes for an academic program are defined as the knowledge, skills, or behaviors that a program's students should be able to demonstrate upon program completion. In other words, what is the ideal portrait of the successful graduate of your program? According to University of Texas, program learning outcomes, or PLOs, describe the measurable knowledge, skills, abilities, or behaviors that faculty want students to be able to demonstrate by the time they graduate. Your PLOs should apply to your discipline and include competencies considered critical to your field. Effective program learning outcomes answer this question: what will students be able to do or demonstrate as a result of their studies? Now I would like to give you a little bit of background about the development of biology program learning outcomes way back in 2007. When we designed the biology PLOs back in 2007, we did not spend sufficient time attempting to understand what good outcomes are. We did not review examples of biology PLOs used at other institutions or spend time following guidelines on how to write effective PLOs. So we came up with what we thought were 6 outcomes that encompass the overall outcomes of our program. At the time, we thought the more general the outcome, the better, so we could incorporate multiple assessments from various courses to measure the outcomes. The 6 outcomes we had used from 2007 up until 2017 were as follows. During the audit of our PLOs, which we completed in the past 2 years, we asked ourselves the question: what will our biology pre-med students be able to demonstrate as a result of going through our program? Except for PLOs number 4 and 5, which were specific and straightforward to assess, we realized that the PLOs were difficult to measure and were quite vague and/or redundant. The department was in agreement that describing the function and structure of a cell is more of a course's intended learning outcome, or ILO, and not a program learning outcome, or a PLO. How would we measure or assess that students have an adequate general knowledge in biology as listed in PLO number 6? Also, the way in which we had worded the outcome and planned assessments did not accommodate certain courses and course assessments within our program. As an example, courses including physics and anatomy and physiology, or A&P, did not fall under any of these 6 PLOs. Looking back, we can see how far we have come in understanding what PLOs are and the struggles and issues we encountered while trying to assess our outcomes helped us write better outcomes that would help provide an accurate assessment of our programs. We decided that going through the academic audit and program review was the perfect time to complete streamlining and standardizing the new assessments to include assessments accommodating all courses within the program, including the recently added specialization courses. We did survey the PLOs that other universities used, but found that they were not applicable to our program at SEU. We are a smaller school and our course offerings are limited. So we decided to take a closer look at what our program goals are and what we want our students to be proficient in as graduates. We had been previously using the standardized tests, MCAT for pre-meds and the ETS subject area biology test for general biology majors as an ultimate assessment of PLO number 6. We considered that one of the main goals of the pre-med program is to prepare students to succeed in their medical or health career, for which MCAT served as a litmus test. The areas covered on the MCAT represent the major areas within our program that all our major courses would fall under. We figured that since a national standardized exam gave us an unbiased analysis of how well our program prepared our students for their future career, we might as well incorporate the content areas or areas of competency of the MCAT exam as our new program learning outcomes. This way, our PLOs would meet industry standards as well. In order to avoid ambiguity and redundancy, we plan to reduce the number of PLOs and ensure that the PLOs apply to and encompass both majors, that is the pre-med and the general biology major. The new PLOs that we developed are as follows. One of the strengths of the new PLOs is that they are general enough to cover the assessment of the general biology program as well. Another advantage is that the assessment of student performance is direct and straightforward, since 3 of the 4 PLOs are competencies measured by the MCAT exam. We are still learning this process and by no means have arrived at writing or assessing PLOs perfectly. We recently went through our first annual cycle of assessment using the new PLOs. We decided to use the MCAT exam scores of graduating seniors to serve as a first-year assessment measure for PLOs numbers 1 through 3. A second tier or level of assessment would be course-based assessments or assignments, which indirectly contribute to the student performance in the MCAT or ETS exam. In other words, we will use a nationalized standard to measure our program learning outcome, as well as our in-house assessments. Hopefully, this helps us avoid internal bias in evaluating our student outcomes and provides a fair assessment of the quality of our programs. We intend to respond to the findings from our assessments in a timely, strategic, and aggressive manner. For example, based on the analysis of the results we observed in the 2017-2018 academic year, we are restructuring the sequence of courses and course curriculum to prepare students to attend the MCAT and be proficient in all 4 content areas by the end of their junior year. The faculty intend to include a subset of MCAT-style questions, which are mostly analytical, in several courses beginning in the freshman through their junior year so students are better prepared to think critically. We are also going to be one of the first groups to adopt and offer a problem-based learning course, a teaching tool commonly used in medical schools to help students develop and practice their critical thinking skills, which would in turn help us for a smooth transition to grad school. However, there are still opportunities for growth in our PLO assessment. The ETS biology subject area exam, which we currently administer to the general biology majors, does not include a chemistry or a physics component, although chemistry and physics are requirements as part of our program. We searched real hard to try and find an alternative test that would best measure the competencies of the general biology majors, but have been unsuccessful so far. For now, we have decided to keep the ETS exam as our assessment of the PLOs for general biology majors because it does provide us with useful information to help us improve and enhance our biology core courses. We are currently in the process of revising our program by addressing the various issues that were brought to our attention during the academic program review. Overall, we are very pleased with the progress we have made in understanding the importance of assessing our program learning outcomes and linking them to our curriculum map. The curriculum map is a quick guide that helps us map levels of student cognitive skills as they go through our program. During the APR process, we also worked collaboratively on evaluating and reviewing our programs. Going forward, we plan on continuing the collaborative effort in assessing various aspects of our academic programs, including PLOs, curriculum, teaching and learning, and assessment. Thank you.